Game Awards were last night, and in no uncertain terms, they were pathetic. I mean that in the harshest way possible. From many of the award winners, to many of the trailers shown off, to the overall program itself, absolutely pathetic. And I think nothing encapsulates that more. Nothing is more of an icing on top than Simu Liu's presentation at the Game Awards. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about why Simu Liu is trending on X. I know it seems strange to talk about a washed-up has-been wannabe Marvel actor, but again, this truly encapsulates what the gaming industry thinks of you, the consumer, and shows how wrong the ship has gotten, and maybe I can offer some advice on what we can do to right it. But before that, subscribe to the channel, hit that button. We are barely over 50 away from the 2,000 subscriber mark, which I'm trying to hit before the end of the year, because channels like mine are the only hope of saving nerd culture, and your support is absolutely appreciated. Let's do this together, hit the button, and let's talk about why Simu Liu is trending on X. I mean, look at this. Simu Liu at the Game Awards. What the hell is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much how people felt. My face when Simu Liu shows up at the Game Awards unexpectedly. 100% accurate. What about Simu Liu talking about his broken leg in a real-time strategy game? I literally could not care less. There are just pages of these. You keep scrolling, it's all you see. With this one here from David Smith, Simu Liu got to talk about his busted foot longer than any developer that won an award tonight. And this is what encapsulates the problem. This is where the issues truly lie. We want to hear a lot of these developers talk. We are the nerds. We are the people that has made gaming the largest entertainment industry in the world. From some weird little niche thing that was happening on Pong to eventual, arcade scenes to some home consoles like the NES. Now in 2023, almost 2024, gaming eclipses all other entertainment industries, and it's not even close. Hollywood, get the hell out of here. Gaming eclipses Hollywood, and we nerds are the ones that made that happen. And we want to hear what these creatives have to say about the games when they're getting these awards. We want to hear who they think. We want to hear what was in their hearts and minds when they were developing these worlds and these visions that we've gotten to play and grow to love and grow fond of, and in some instances, grow up with. But no, instead, Jeff Keighley sits there and says, the award for this category is this game. Wait a couple seconds, move on to the next one. The award for this category is this game. Move on to the next one, and repeat that process 2 to 3 times until you cut to a multitude of commercials, followed by a multitude of trailers, followed by some weird musical performances that nobody truly cares about, before you rinse and repeat the process with occasional celebrity intersplices of them presenting awards where people do get to come up and speak. We don't actually get to hear from the hard-working developers that actually worked on these programs, that worked on these games, and that's who we want to hear from. They may be celebrities to you. Simu Liu, Anthony Mackie, Timothy Chalamet, they may be celebrities to you, but you know who the celebrities were to us? The people that we think of as, wow, I can't believe they got him. I can't believe I'm listening to him speak. The celebrities to us are Koji Kondo or Shinji Mikami, Reggie Fils-Aimé. These are the individuals that we want to hear speak. These are our celebrities. Endymion says it best, the Game Awards blazing through awards without letting devs who spent years getting to say thank you, but they let Simu Liu take 5 minutes to show some game, Lamau. This industry, bro. Yeah, this industry. Because when Jeff Keighley, and frankly, this goes way beyond Jeff Keighley. This has been a problem since well before Jeff Keighley. Whenever gaming went mainstream, truly mainstream, they figured to market it to normies, we're gonna have to do things in a very normie fashion, completely forgetting when we used to get G4 in the summers of 2008, 2009, and just wait for E3 because there was still magic to E3. You weren't all over YouTube or the internet. That was how we congregated. We waited for E3, and then we got to talk about it on the telephone or on the school bus when the new school year started. You could send your friends emails, maybe some sort of, like Facebook messages, but it wasn't near as instant, and there wasn't the sort of instant gratification that we have now. E3 was something that truly was a treat for gamers. Even the Spike Video Game Awards, yeah, you could start to say, alright, they're going pretty mainstream now. I mean, they're putting the awards on Spike TV, but you gotta remember, this is the 2010s, the early 2010s. Spike TV, this is before all these ideological bins that everybody is looking at everything through now, be it left or right. Spike TV was a channel by men for men. And guess what? Most gamers they knew were men. That's why the Video Game Awards were hosted on Spike TV. And it felt like a party. You had these groups of nerdy guys, the people that you would have made fun of in high school, the people that I was in high school getting made fun of. and they've done it. They are successful. They get to go up there, show off their work, win awards for their work. They get to get recognized after spending probably years upon years never being recognized by their peers or by girls or anyone in their time growing up, whether it be in school, college, just on the street. And they got to receive an award for making hundreds of thousands of people happy and letting these hundreds of thousands of people be invested in the worlds that they created. All their hard work paid off. So yeah, it was on Spike TV, but there was still that feeling of, this is for us nerds. And then you get to the modern days, E3's gone, the Game Awards are now streaming on GameSpot and IGN, both of which aren't for real nerds, they're political propaganda machines, and then you've got Jeff Keighley and their ilk making gaming for everyone, when let's be real, gaming isn't for everyone, or at least not every game is for everyone. Yes, anyone can play games, anyone can really be a gamer. I was raised by my grandma who was a gamer. My grandma was the one that introduced me to video games. So yeah, anyone can be a gamer. But not anyone's going to be able to appreciate Koji Kondo coming up on stage and saying something in Japanese that you can't understand and having to have his translator, say it back to a way we can actually understand it. There's something magical about that. And sure, Shigeru Miyamoto got to do that at the Game Awards, but he was the only one, really. Most of these spots were taken up by celebrities, by Timothée Chalamet, by Anthony Mackie, and we just don't care. Simu Liu walks out in his boot because he has a broken foot or a sprained tendon or something like that, and tells this basketball story about how he sprained it to an audience of crickets, to people who just don't care. We're supposed to identify with that? This is the Video Game Awards, and you're talking about basketball? You gotta know your audience. All these strange musical performances, I'm not saying gamers don't love music. I'm both a gamer and a musician. I can play all the key instruments in a band. But unless it really has something interesting to do with the game, I don't care about your musical performance. What was that Alan Wake 2, nonsense? I'm a guitar player. I appreciated the guitar part, when it showed off and he was sweep picking. That was real cool. I didn't need it at my Video Game Awards. Sure, the orchestra, I like that. The orchestra medley before Game of the Year, just to show off the different music from the games. Yeah, that was interesting. But most of what we're getting are these normie-based theatrics that have no basis in an award show like this. And it seems like everybody else agrees when you look at X. Me, when Simu Liu showcased that Dookie Uki gameplay. Simu Liu does anything. Twitter, bop! Just getting blasted. Simu Liu, my 30-year-old body's failing me. Sam Lake at 53. I mean, the dude is getting roasted. And rightfully so. In a way, I don't even blame him. I mean, he was probably said, hey, I got a paycheck for you if you show up to present these awards and to talk about this game and claim that you like to play RTS games growing up. And to be fair, he's Asian. He very well might have liked to play RTS games growing up. I'm not going to hold that against him. But what I am saying is that to him, this was a paycheck, not a passion. And when you grew up watching E3, or when you grew up just waiting for the Spike Game Awards, or really when you grew up getting issues of Nintendo Power and waiting to get on the bus to talk to your friends about the new up-and-coming games, we never once thought we'd be in this state in 2023, almost 2024, where gaming is it's a failure, where it's a chore, where it's something that we can't be happy with. Sure, we have our diamonds in the rough, we have our Tears of the Kingdoms, you have some aspects of Baldur's Gate 3, but as a whole, is anyone happy with gaming? And has anyone been happy with gaming since, 2016? I know that nobody takes the Game Awards seriously, and frankly, I don't take the Game Awards themselves seriously, but I think the Game Awards perfectly show the problem with nerd culture. Not just video game culture, although that's a big part of it, but nerd culture in general. Now that we've seen nerd culture go mainstream, now that you can go to Hot Topic and buy every Marvel or anime or comic book thing that you could possibly want, in terms of t-shirts or statues, now that it's cool to be a nerd, it's also diluted. You want to take these things, these subcultures that you have co-opted, and turn them into something that everyone can appreciate. But once everyone appreciates it, really, nobody appreciates it, because they're only looking at things the most surface level way. Do you want everyone to appreciate the Game Awards? You know what? That's an admirable goal. Then introduce these individuals to Shinji Mikami. I mean, Hi-Fi Rush won an award tonight, and he didn't get to come up and say anything, despite the fact that that's going to be his last game. That was his last game with Tango Gameworks. In fact, I think he's retiring, period. Like, my favorite game creator of all time, Shinji Mikami, is retiring from game creation, and he didn't even get to come up and say any final words for winning an award on his last game. Get people to care about this stuff. Get these normies that just started playing video games in the last couple years because it's cool now, invested in this subculture that we have spent years upon years building up and falling in love with. And I will round out by saying it wasn't a complete failure of a night. There were some very interesting things at the Game Awards. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom winning Best Action Game was awesome. It should have won Game of the Year. Baldur's Gate, I'm gonna be real, didn't deserve it. But you can at me in the comments and we'll debate about that. The Sega collection, all those Sega games getting remade, that's gonna be incredible as well. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, Sparking Zero, that is just mind-blowing. We got gameplay from it. I am a positive individual, and there were some positives about the Game Awards, but they are severely overshadowed by the negatives, and I don't want that to continue to be the case as we go forward year after year when gaming used to be something so great. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X where you can find me at BoltTheWord. And please do subscribe. I am trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and we've got just a little over 50 to go. Hit that button. I will continue to bring you hard-hitting, nerdy news, and you can find me on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, because it's all here in the nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.